Well, hello, everybody. It's Dr. Hank, and I have one of America's top agents with me who just has so much heart and is so loving, and it's Teresa Price. And hello, Teresa.
Hello.
And this is Agent Wealth Success. And what we do here is we help agents to increase both their business and their wealth. But specifically, we are going to do some special sessions, which Teresa is probably the best trainer in the world for new agents to be able to get up and running. What do you do when you're a new agent? So there's two different types of new agents, if you will. New agents, brand new to the industry. We have literally about 600,000 people in America that get their license every year, and about 600,000 people end up not being in the business. And the reason why that, over 90% of the people that get their license don't stay in the business because they weren't able to generate any income. And the number one reason why that is because they don't have training and they don't have the best training. So we are literally going to do several sessions here on new agent training where you're either new to the industry, and quite frankly, this training would be good for all of us, that we will pick up little tips and little things and information from, again, one of America's top agents that will be inspiring for you. And so it's good information. Now, the second thing is that we have new agents that join us under our umbrella, this Agent Wealth Success. And so we can help you get lead. We're not going to talk about that like today, but we have exclusive lead programs that are free. Everything under Agent Wealth Success is free. And so we have specific lead programs that are just amazing. About 80% of the leads close. That people, and it's just blessing people and first responders and new home builders, and referral programming, all kinds of stuff. So we will, under our umbrella, we'll get you the business. But if you're brand new, again, under our umbrella or to the industry, that this is going to be, you've been praying for this, and here's the answer. And we just love that God always answers our prayers. So with that, Teresa, if you could start off and just share with us on, like, what the heck, I'm going to pretend I'm a brand new agent, and what do I do? What do I need to know?
Well, I believe that coming into this business as a realtor, the number one greatest asset is your heart. Because we make such a big, significant difference in people's lives. And so for me, after 19 years, it's still working. And that is that it's all about developing the relationships. So that's, I think, the glory in all of it is that you're making such a difference in people's lives, and you're creating relationships that will not only lead to them being your clients, but they will also be very loyal in referring business to you.
Yeah, and they become friends,
Yes. And so back last year when I became a new agent with Agent Wealth Success, the number one thing that you taught me was to send out notes, and it happened to be Thanksgiving. And so I went into my database, and everybody I've ever known and cared about me, I sent them a note saying basically something like, thinking about you and hoping that your life is filled with joy and love, and to let you know how much I appreciate our relationship. Yeah. And so from that, my entire business was launched.
Yeah. And so understand, like, it was really launched. I mean, she's making over 25 grand, whatever. Some months I ask her how much you make, and she goes, I got money coming in such different directions. I don't even know why. But what we picked up here is what you need to do as a new agent. It is, first of all, start compiling your list. I don't care if it's 10 people. It doesn't matter where it is. Now, what Teresa also said is, hey, I'm going to mail them a little note. And it's not necessarily anything about real estate. especially if they already know you're in real estate. But you can put in a comment. Like right now, you could put in a comment, hey, real estate market is really good and interest rates are low, and maybe a little about that, but it's more about connecting with them. Now, the next question should be, well, where do I get their physical address? I don't have anybody's physical address. I have maybe their cell and maybe their email, and that's it. And that gives you a reason to call them. And so my recommendation on that is what you do is you just call them and you say, hey, you were top of my mind and top of my heart. And see, and when you say that, people let down their guard. They just realize, hey, you're a nice person. You care about them. And you came to the top of my mind, again, the top of my heart. And I just wanted to see how you're doing with, all these changes in the world. And we'll get into later in the training on, don't bring up sensitive things like COVID-19. Okay, keep it light, and we'll help you with all of that, as we get going here. But at the end of the conversation, you say, hey, listen, I'd like to send you something. Could I have your address? And they will give you their address. And you write down their address, then you put it in your database. We have a CRM and everything, which is a customer relationship management program, which means electronically you just put it in one time, and then you can do all kinds of stuff, send out a monthly newsletter and all kinds of things. And again, we'll get into all that. But it is key for you to start building that database and just calling people and just knowing that when you become top of heart, top of mind, that people will think of you. Everybody knows 250 people at least. And there are at least 12 people out of those 250 that are looking to buy or sell a home, some type of real estate. And they may not know about that. But the point is that when you contact them and then when they see your note, think, how many notes have you had in the last year? In the U.S. mail saying thank you or hey, thinking of you or whatever. And God bless you. And all of you can count, probably on your one hand if you're lucky, maybe just on one finger, and you remember that person. And so that's how that goes. So back to you, Teresa.
Yeah, I followed up with a phone call about 2 weeks later.
Oh, that's great.
And a lot of people already knew that I was pretty much reconfiguring my business or was new to Agent Wealth Success. But I would say that the phone calls were really effective because it went something like this. A lot of people were texting and emailing and thanking me for the cards and such.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And those are the people that when you call them, they're happy to hear from you. There's also other people that I hadn't talked to in 16 years. And so it's like, I just want to catch up with you and hear how life is going for you.
Yeah.
And then, of course, I would say at the end, if you ever need any help with any real estate needs, I just want you to know I'm here for you. And in the meantime,
write that down, guys. I'd write that down. Yeah, that it's just a beautiful way. And can you say that again?
Yes. I just want you. Let's see here.
I know.
Repeat. I just want you to know that if you ever have any real estate needs, that I'm here for you. Right. And, you can call me anytime, but also in the meantime, do you know anybody that I can help right now?
Wow. Ooh, doggies.
And if you can't think of anybody right this moment, may I send you a couple of business cards? And could you put them in your wallet and keep me in mind as you're busy and traveling, connecting with people? And you know what? I've never had anybody say no.
Oh my God, that's just fantastic.
And then the referrals start coming in.
Yeah, and the referrals. And you may even want to tweak that sentence a little on, instead of do you know anybody, because then it's kind of easy to say, oh, no, I don't, but who do you know?
There
And
you
hey, who do you know that might be, looking to buy or sell their home, and see, Teresa, you just come in with such heart, and that's why nobody tells you no. That when you
go.
give the world love, you get back
Yes.
love. And
Yeah.
so just love people. Don't be under the strain on, oh, geez, I need to have. And in fact, Teresa and I have helped many agents, and one of the recent agents, Stacy, that she for a couple of months was always, calling us and, me or you and saying, oh, I got to have money and I got to pay these bills. And, I'd say, okay, it's all about mindset. And that's where the Dr. Hank
Yeah.
comes in, and I'm a mental scientist. If your prayer then is, oh, I got big bills, well, God will give you more big bills then. If that, or, oh, I need more money, implying I don't have enough money, and then God will give you not enough money. And so
So
you have to stop that. And so Stacy stopped it last month. She started thinking differently about this. And last month she had over $1 million worth of sales. And that's why Teresa and I help agents to do over $10 million a year. And so all you need to do, and it's easy, it's all with love. It's not, we're never going to say, go out and make 100 cold calls today. It's not about that. It's about go and connect with people that you know. And I've had people that are brand new to the market, not only to the industry, but brand new to the market. They say, I just moved here. I don't know anybody. That's not true. You got your hair cut from somebody, that you're paying, whoever you're paying a bill to, that, it might have been a handyman or something, not a company, of course, but, a handyman or whatever, that you will be amazed at how many people. And put a little name tag on and just go, social distance. I guess we're right now in the middle of, but that'll ease up probably next spring. But, put a name tag on with realtor on it so people know that you are, and just sit at a table and wait for people to go by and they go, oh, I need a realtor. So all kinds of fun things. Back to you, my star.
aw. It's the beginning stage in working with you with Agent Wealth Success was the follow-up. And I think one of the things that that I focus on is language like, Cindy, I know a lot of people. So what do you need right now? Do you need a good CPA? Do you need a good contractor? Are you wanting to do some upgrades on your house? Do you need a good roofer? You tell me what's going on in your life right now that you're searching for.
Wow.
I'm really quiet. And they're like, I really need a good CPA. You're right. And I actually right now I'm working on a project where I need my garage epoxied.
Yeah.
And so I say, great, I can help. And I would also say things to business owners like, you've been doing such a great job for me all these years. Maybe it's a jeweler, or whoever you have good relationships with. I would really like to help you with your business this year.
Wow.
So, I do social media, and I'd like to put something together for you to do some free advertising.
Love it.
And before you know it, they're also referring business to you. It's really a give, and then it comes around full circle.
Yeah. What you give the world, you get back. And so you're helping other people to succeed, and they will then help you to succeed. And just how beautiful, it's just really, this is how it is, folks. So you have a technique here, like, what people, and so, if you say you're brand new, and again, most people aren't brand new, but, if you do say that we actually have some of these contacts, like a lot of these contacts, and we have mortgage people like Maria that has, all kinds of people that she knows that can fix or help or whatever with whatever they're looking for. So when does this question come up then, Teresa? You originally had talked to them just to touch base, but is that this follow-up call then that you say, hey, I just wanted to know on, what are you looking for? Is the question like, what are you looking for? How can I help you with, what do you need? Do you have some project? Is that how you provide that? And is it this call back after you send the letter?
So I do letters, I do live phone calls, and I do texts. So I'm in front of them at least once a month. So the text might be, or the phone conversation may be, what's going on in your life this week that I can help you with?
Oh my God.
And they'll say, I'm really looking for a good housekeeper right now. Okay, well, I can help you with that.
And what was that question again?
What's going on in your life this week that I can help you with?
What's going on?
There used to be a big joke when I was with a different broker that I was a phone book with feet. It's like, well, call Teresa, she'll know what to do. And they would. Boy, after a while, you're basically training them to come to you as a resource for everything.
God darn. I mean, if this isn't just spectacular, I mean, guys, this takes you to a whole new world where, you're asking, how can I help you? And so how can I help you? And I'm telling you, this plays out for you. This will build your business better than you really don't need anything else if you would just focus on this. And again, we have other lead programs, but this is how to talk to people. And this is what you're talking to them about. So it's just tremendous. Man, I love that. So make sure you all are writing down that sentences. And there's some key sentences here to write down to just get comfortable with. And you can use your own words and switch them up. But, it's basically anybody can, all of us can say, hey, how can I help you? What's going on this week with you? And how can I help you? What are you looking for? What are you doing?
I had a client once say, gosh, you're my own personal genie. Just rub the lamp.
I love that.
20 years, 19.
Oh my God.
But
I use God as my genie. That it's just like, and God didn't limit me to just 3 things I could wish for or anything. And it looks like you're my second genie now.
Right, it's like, here, let me order that for you.
How to be a genie to your list. And I'm taking notes, folks, and you better too. Great. And what else?
Well, there's for like newer people that you're coming in contact with, they'll say, I always make the conversation about the other person.
Yeah.
So they don't need to hear long stories or what's great for me and all that. So when you're working with like getting to know somebody, engaged in making that relationship, launching that relationship, then you ask them questions. What do you do for a living? You're in the grocery store, you spark up a conversation, and then they tell you, and then they automatically ask you, how about you? What do you do? And I said, well, I say things like, well, I'm a realtor, but what I really specialize in is helping other people.
Oh, wow.
And most of my services and resources are free. That's my why when I get up in the morning is how can I be a blessing to the people that I come in contact with today. Mm-hmm. So with that said, what can I do for you?
Wow.
That's on my business card. What can I do for you today?
Wow.
On the back.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah, this is just so beautiful. And, nobody likes to get hounded, and especially nobody wants to get sold, if you will, that, especially in today's new world that we just kind of bounced into here, that, they really don't want that. What they want to do is be loved. And when they're loved, that, you can do it. And this is the question, how can I help you today? And it just has so much heart, and the cool thing too is we're all connected by the same creator, if you will, whatever word you want to use. We're all connected that way. We're all connected by love. And so it just sometimes doesn't appear that way because we put up, we work guarded and we don't have
Right.
art and, all that stuff. But the fact is that everybody really wants to be loved and to love. And,
Right.
and that's what we're here for. And so this is how you do that and then build these amazing relationships. And I know you just have, super duper relationships. And of course, Teresa just moved into a new big house now. And, just things get better and better. And so you want to help yourself thrive. And that way, everybody else around you thrives. And so this is how to serve other people. Fantastic.
One other thing I did want to mention, when you're a new agent and you haven't gotten all of your sphere of influence solidified, we're always working on the sphere of influence. And what I mean by that is the people that are in that group are people that are also helping other people. They have a service or a product. And so while you're developing that, let's say somebody says to you, Dr. Hank, you're a new agent. You know what? I really need a good insurance company for my home and car. And let's say you're a new agent and you haven't worked with anybody that you feel comfortable referring. That's what you call us. We are really stellar, customer service oriented vendors and people that we do business with. And so it's kind of like, if I don't know the answer to the question, let me get back to you by the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. And that's great. It's okay to say, I don't know. And it's just like, hey, what are you looking for? And they say, this is what I'm looking for. And so if you don't know that,
Right.
you just tell them, hey, I'm going to go contact a few people to see, if they'd be able to help. And who you're going to first contact is Teresa or me. And then we'll give you, different resources to go. And that's kind of this whole team. And what we have under this umbrella, Agent Wealth Success, is we're here to help you become successful. And so, and even though, Teresa is a full, very active, agent, has a life and, all that other stuff that, she's willing to do that. But typically just call on me, because I am not actively doing real estate, playing real estate agent, if you will, because I want to be able to be there for you. And you'll see I'm very responsive and, it's very good. And then we have all kinds of other resources in the background to help you as well, and with the broker and, whatever on that. Great. Next up.
So I think that, once you've started developing the relationships and you're making the consistent contacts, really some days it's just as simple as, I was thinking about you today and I was wondering how your week went. A little text. So then the next thing, of course, for me is I think that you had taken me to, how do I expand beyond my sphere of influence, which really can be 100% of your time.
Yeah.
And you start looking at your different options for lead programs. And years ago, I worked with Ebby Halliday herself, the famous Ebby Halliday.
Yeah.
That's what she taught me. She said, when you're a brand new agent, you're so creative and so loving and so excited that you're going to come up with a million ideas, bombarded with all kinds of different options. And she said, pick 6 things and work those things for 6 months, whether they're working or not. So one of them might be your contact list. A second thing may be business to business. You can break it down. I just recently had an experience with a group of brand new realtors that they were a bit overwhelmed by the 6. So we broke it down to 3 plus 3. So 3 to start and really focus on those. You own your own business, and so you're going to be working like 8 hours a day, just as if you work for someone else, which those are free. So you pick the three things, and the sphere of influence and the relationship development should be 80% of your effort.
Okay.
You may come in contact with something through your CRM. Like there's lots of things out there. I'll just pick one, like Make It Rain.
Yeah.
Your third thing might be that you would like to join the chamber in your city.
Mhm.
Just focus on those three things. And then at the end of 90 days, you evaluate them as to your results.
Yeah. Great.
And at that point, if they're all working great, maybe one isn't, you're not liking it so much, you can replace it. But at that point, you would add three more things. That whole first year is like all business development and organization and getting comfortable with all of the information.
Yeah.
So that was one of the best, that was the best advice that she could have given me, was stay focused on a daily basis, block times out.
Yeah. And so I just love this idea about three, and it kind of reminds me of the mind, body, spirit, if you will, the Trinity. And so three brings very good. And I would encourage all of us that don't use your analytical mind to determine where you get the most business. Instead, what feels best. So it might be that you're going to join a group on Meetup because you like horses or dogs or whatever, that, they maybe meet virtually right now, or, maybe in person, but you want to do what you feel good about. God's communication system with us is our feelings. And so when you feel bad, it means you're not on your lighted path. So don't go do something as your little smaller self-analytical mind says, oh, there's more business, or Joe Blow says there's more business. And that's why we're not sharing with you saying, you have to do this. No, you just find what you really feel best in. And then I love this idea about 80% of the time connecting with people, and that is, and we talked about, how do you connect? What do you talk about? And it's about you just helping people. Hey, how can I help you? What's going on? What do you need? I got a lot of resources, and you all do now. You have what is considered by many the America's top real estate team. And so that's how many resources. You literally have thousands of years of real estate experience with us.
Exactly.
And so you have it, and we could get the referrals and, all the different things that you have. So really, go with your heart on that, and you'll see that the magic will happen then. And it's easier to talk to people when you have something in common, like a Meetup group or, whatever. And of course, your list. Perfect.
Yeah.
And next.
Well, I think that in talking about focus, so that you don't get into like a contrast situation where you want to feel happy, healthy, you want to be wealthy and free. So you're helping other people do all of those things.
Yeah.
And so with all of that said, you don't want to put yourself in a position where you're overwhelmed or where you're uncomfortable. You want to enjoy what you're doing. So I think that the next step would be to really set up a schedule for yourself to create that sense of commitment. When you work for yourself, you are in charge, you are the boss. You're in control of your schedule, and that's where that wonderful freedom comes into play. For example, I love mornings, so I don't do anything before 9 o'clock. That's my time with God and my loved ones, and just wake up and feel good, And so, those are the kind of things that's important to me. Then the next thing I do is I spend an hour returning phone calls. So I'm just giving you an idea of structure. And you want to really have a schedule for yourself. Otherwise, you find yourself just trying to do too many things. So commitment, organization, focus, make it easy and simple, and enjoy it as you're developing it, because eventually it will all come. My 1 year is in November.
Yeah.
So everything that we've talked about so far is what you have taught me to do. And let me tell you, it is working.
That's beautiful.
I'm happy. I'm healthy. I am wealthy. And I am free.
Yeah, and that wealth is freedom, and that's why, us agents and brokers, and why getting into this business, one of the reasons all of us did is we wanted more freedom. And so freedom of time, and then more money, and money actually just equals freedom. And I'd write that down, the equation: money equals freedom. And if you just look at it that way, then you have no problem on, asking for the 3%. In fact, I have some agents, asking for 5% because they say, hey, this is how good I am. You're going to make more money. You're going to get your ideal house, whatever. I mean, I'm priceless. I'm only going to charge 5%, whatever. But, and again, that kind of goes into discounting, and we'll talk about that. That don't do it. Basically, it invalidates you, and you want to be validated. And the price is 3%. Another thing, and I love that you said, enjoy yourself on this. The other important point to reemphasize here is, if you don't schedule yourself, and if you don't have a plan and just have it for the day, you don't necessarily have to go way out. Keep all this easy and simple. But, like Teresa was sharing, that, hey, before 9, I'm not doing it. I'm doing me stuff. Okay. And from 9 to 10, I'm going to do those calls. And those calls are enjoyable because, see, it's the people that you connected with, now know what to say. You feel good about calling them and saying, hey, how can I help you? And so it's all really good. So if you don't have the plan, what happens is a plan will manage you, and you won't be successful, because that plan is doing what other people want and just being reactive to life, and you don't want to do that. And then a last comment before you continue, Teresa, is you had brought up on, hey, it probably takes a year to develop this. And so some of you are sitting there saying, well, I don't have a year, to get money. Well, we also, because I'm a mental scientist, that I will help you to attract a cash buyer, which will close immediately. And so you literally, you don't have to wait a year for the deal. What Teresa was sharing with you is that you're going to build your business, and will be a consistent business for as long as you are a real estate agent. Literally, that's how this plays out, to where it's not work, it's play, it's enjoyable, it's connecting with people, it's loving people, it's helping people. All of us feel great when we help other people. And, but we also have ways for you to say, hey, I'd like to get some cash buyer right down, close this deal, because normally the sales cycle is 90 days. Well, if you buy into that, then you're going to wait at least 90 days. But instead, hey, a cash deal, and I just love, and again, we're not going to get into that today, but you don't want to say, hey, I want $10,000 by Tuesday, and then you want to be easier and more general. And that I love the idea of increasing my business quickly and easily. Yes. So I would all of you write that down. I love the idea of building my business easily and quickly. And if you'll write that down 21 times each morning, like in that me time, then what will happen is that is a magical statement, because it says, I love the idea. And your subconscious mind says, yeah, we got no problem. We love the idea. Get business easily and quickly. And then God will take care of it. Your angels will go gather up all your goodies, and you'll close deals right away. So know that this could be fast. Don't buy into anything anybody's saying about anything that doesn't feel good, because you are the creator, and we're going to help you be the deliberate creator and building your business the way that you want. Back to you, my star.
Okay, so when I say that it takes a year for business development,
Yeah.
that's really getting your consistency, your commitment, and your systems down that you prefer. But I can say that for me, the very first quarter, I made a substantial amount of money. The second quarter, I made an outrageous amount of money. And here's what I can say to new people really confidently is that you're going to get a listing, you're going to get a couple buyers, you're going to have someone that needs to lease a house, you're going to have folks that want to get their house ready for next year, and you're going to go, oh my gosh, I don't know how to do any of this. So here's my advice. Just do it.
Yeah.
Smile and say, fantastic. When would you like to list your house?
Right.
Then you come back to us and say, what do I do next? And we have complete support.
Yeah.
So that you don't look like a deer in the headlights, like, I got a listing.
Yeah.
Hey, we've got a listing.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what's next. You got a listing. You got 2 buyers. So all the tools and all that technical stuff and the process and the signs, and forget about it. It'll all come together perfectly.
Yes. And I don't know any other place in America that gives that type of support where, you're going to be able to, figure it out and just have trust in God, and then trust in your team, trust in us and this Agent Wealth Success, that we're going to lead you to the promised land and we're going to help you with that. And so just be prepared and just be happy when they say, hey, I'd like you to list my house. You say, great. And another little caution is never say that you're a new agent. Okay.
No.
That you have backing you literally thousands of years of real estate experience that is backing you. In fact, you're almost too old of an agent. And just joking about that. But, the fact is that you have all this experience. Now, I've met agents that they will come, like when I would do my personal one-on-one coaching, and they go, well, I'm a new agent. And I go, well, cool. When did you start? And they'd say well, in 2018. I go, 2018? So they just kept with that story, and they'll be with the story the rest of their life. The fact is that you have gone through all of this training that most people have not. Okay, and it's more training than ever before that they have, all of this training. And so to just get your license, okay, so you are already a qualified, experienced agent, if you will, because you have all of this training. And then again, you have us, and you're watching this, and we tip our hat off to you that you're watching this, you're taking notes, that you're absorbing this and realize that, hey, this is easy. I can get business right away. And like Teresa said, hey, the first quarter, so in the first 3 months, you're going to experience lots of business. And then the next 3 months, even more business. And that kind of those months that she's talking about are the slowest months in the industry, around the holidays, whatever. But see, we don't care what the industry is. We just say, if you say, oh, Christmas, nobody's buying or selling, I'm telling you, there's 4,000 homes that were bought and sold during this last Christmas, in 1 month during December. And so just in DFW, okay, so there, and in your market, wherever you are. And that's the other thing. We can help you anywhere that you are in the United States. So it doesn't matter where you are. We have the connections. In fact, even if you have your list that is outside of the state that you're in, we probably have agents there that you could refer them, and you can make 30% or 50%, depending, and we'll tell you how to do that and what percent you ask for. But the fact is that you can give that agent business, and then you make passive income. And that's just one of the many ways that we also have passive income for you. That's why Teresa said, a couple of weeks ago, she said, it's just coming in all different directions. Really don't know how much money I had. Well, wouldn't you like to be in that situation? And you can. You have the power. Now, Teresa is special, but she's not just as special as you are.
You're special.
So for us to realize that we're all deliberate creators. Onward, my dear.
So I guess the next thing would be follow the leader. So when you're putting together your schedule and you're training with MLS and with KV Core and these things, is to follow the leader. So put it on your calendar to attend every Tuesday at 10 a.m., for instance, the mastermind group. Also keep a pad of paper with all of the questions that you're going to have throughout the whole day. And because I think that all the questions can get answered, but they might not get answered immediately. And so you don't want to get frustrated, just write them all down. And during things like the mastermind, phone calls and some of the other calls that we have very consistently on a weekly basis, and just don't miss them.
Yeah.
Just make sure that you follow your leader for at least 90 days.
Yeah.
And then some, so because you're going to hear things each and every single time, like on the mastermind group from you, Dr. Hank, and not to mention that we are so incredibly fortunate to have you because you lead us with the mindset training, and the prayer, and you're just such an incredible leader. And so that would be the key thing, is to attend all of the different Zooms and events that you have or that I have.
Yeah, we will update you on that too. And so like right now we have the mastermind that is for an hour on Tuesdays. We're going to probably hear a couple of weeks change it to 10 o'clock, but you'll be updated on, what the link is and everything. That we're thinking that probably, because we're getting more and more new agents on that. Teresa and I will probably have a meeting on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock for new agents, whether you're coming new to our umbrella or you're coming new into the industry, either one.
Sure.
That we have that. And then Thursday is where we bless other agents with this good news as well. And that's something that, we'll get into, but we have lots of activities going on. And then Teresa will have, special training on like we have these exclusive lead programs that you get them, they're free, and they play out. They're effective. They will build your business.
Very effective.
Very effective, and they're unique to us, and nobody else has them in the world. And so it's because we asked, and God gave us the thoughts and ideas, and let it for Teresa and I as partners in all of this, that to develop this. And we did it because of this heart. Is both of us want to help you become your greatest possibility, and this is where it starts, right here. So that's great ideas by writing down your questions that you have. That we're available, we'll have meetings, and there's no dumb question, because if you have the question, odds are half the other people have the question too, but they're afraid or whatever to ask it. Just ask it. We're really nice people.
We are. We're going to love you through it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
And then some.
Yeah.
So the last thing that I wanted to say is about social media.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a really key part of your, as a new agent, your business. And the four most critical are going to be LinkedIn. LinkedIn's going to be huge. And down the road, we'll get into how to get incredible results from LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Facebook would be the second one. And then for me, I think YouTube is critical.
Yeah.
But that is going to be another thing that's going to take some time to develop.
Yeah.
But you can do things just as simple as what we just talked about, that we send in cards and phone calls.
Yeah.
Is how can I be of service to you today, or do a shout out for a business. Hey, I just worked with this person on a listing, and they did an incredible job on the recarpeting this property. And then, of course, your identified as a realtor.
Yeah.
So you can start out very, very simple, and maybe we can do, something about social media soon, like we've done in the past, about
Yeah.
how to start developing that,
Yeah.
and be
And-
effective with it.
Yeah. And like a really easy step, and again, we're always looking for what's just the next easy step. So understand that we're all on this beautiful journey, and we'll show you how you can be on your lighted path. And it's different than Teresa's, different than mine, but it's your lighted path. But we'll show you how to be on that lighted path. And so understand there is no ending. We have eternal life. So take it that broadly and realize there is no ending. So don't be looking at, this is, I just want to get 300,000, start making $300,000 a year, and that's it. That's really not it. It's about building these relationships. And don't worry, you'll be able to build it. Now, here's one easy step. Every person that you call, you then connect with them on Facebook. You connect with them on LinkedIn. So if you're not on either one of those or whatever, get on those. The millennials, that the younger than Teresa and I, that they're on Instagram, and that's
Instagram, yeah, that's the other one.
Yeah. And so that's a big one. And so probably those three that, you'll want to be on. And for right now, just be, nice and friendly and connect with them, whatever. Now we'll share with you on how to do and really expand this. But here's one easy step is just do a video of a business owner. Videos are so important that about 90% of people that are buying a home end up on a video that has helped take them to that next step. So, and again, you don't need a big library or anything. If you go to my DR Hank sites at YouTube, you'll see, I don't know, hundreds of these videos that it doesn't matter. They're not going to watch 100, it's just the next one. And so your first one or whatever it is, but just go to a business owner and say, hey, I'd like to share with you, on Facebook and LinkedIn, I'd like to advertise your business. And
right.
Just take your phone and put it up there and take a picture. You do a video with you too, and just ask, hey, what kind of business do you have? And so just make it all fun and make it happy. And Teresa is the queen of that. And if you look on LinkedIn and go to Teresa Price, want to connect with both of us, and I'm DR Hank, and then sites SEITZ. But definitely the first thing you do now is you connect with us. That way we know you're actually watching, paying attention, and doing this. And again, it's just one little step after the next. And so that's beautiful on social media, and a couple of tips there on what you can do. I literally, that video idea with business owners can build your business to over $300,000 in commitment.
Yes.
And again, we'll get more into that, and we have different training videos, for you. But we just want to keep it simple, and you just go one step after the next. And so we just have a couple minutes, Teresa. And any last comments that you'd like to provide?
This is the best day of your life. Welcome to Agent Wealth Success and our sweet, wonderful, loving family.
Yeah.
And you are about to have the best days of your life.
Woohoo! La, 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 la.
We have fun first and foremost. If we're not having fun, we sweat.
We like to laugh and have more fun and we increase our income. And so we'll do a little singing too at these. And so you'll hear about that. We want to thank all of you for coming today. That Teresa and I just love you guys.
Yes.
We love to see you grow and blossom. It's kind of like, it's our garden, if you will. And you just blossom like flowers here. And this is how to do it. So just take this video, and we have other videos, but this is the first one, and maybe watch it again and take some notes, and then just decide, hey, what feels best? What's the next step? And what am I going to do? Am I going to do a schedule? That, who am I going to call? Where's my list? I'm going to start, my list. And then if you need any help, just let us know. Okay.
Yes.
So with that,
family.
Yeah, we're family. So now you have a family, and quite frankly, some people come to us and they say, "We like your family better than our own family," and we get that. We get that. You know, that Uncle Harry boy, he's something else. So anyway, okay, everybody, we thank you so much, and just keep us posted
Thank
on what you
you.
want. And yes, and so we kisses and virtual hugs, and know that everything is well and coming your way. And so you're going to have more business now. And starting right now, that you took the first step to a very successful career in real estate and a successful life, because this is really more than just real estate. This is going to change your whole life and your relationships and better health, and health, wealth, and success is now yours. We love you all. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.